Hey everybody, I decided to take a minute here to answer a question I received from a subscriber a couple weeks ago. I've been meaning to do this video for a while, just haven't really found the time, so I thought I would do it here this morning. And I want to apologize, John, for not doing this video sooner. But John had a question for me about how my exercise program has changed since I first started after surgery. John is also looking to get weight loss surgery. He's shooting for the vertical sleeve gastrectomy like I had, and he's kind of at the point where he's hitting some snags with his insurance company, but hopefully that gets ironed out here pretty quick. But I guess onto the answer to the question, how my exercise program has changed since I first started was. It's really changed a lot in a way that I've not only changed the activities I do, but also really ramped up the intensity and the frequency of my exercise. I started off basically just walking. My first walk was maybe less than probably 100 yards and back. I walked from my front door, 3 houses down, turned around and came back because I was exhausted. That first walk really kicked my butt. But it was something I had to do. I think I allowed myself a couple days rest after that, and then I hit it again. The thing is, when I really got serious about walking and doing, getting all my walking in, was probably about 3 months after surgery. Prior to that, I didn't really do much walking at all, and I know that it was hard for me. I was a big guy. I was 450 pounds probably, and after surgery, sorry, I keep scratching my nose, but I guess I was very insecure and very self-conscious about people seeing me, out walking. I didn't want to get pointed at or laughed at, because I'd had enough of that in my life. I didn't need it any more of it. So when I really got serious about my walking is I would do it at night, where my neighborhood is out kind of on the outskirts of town. There's no street lights. Nobody could see me, so I felt more comfortable walking at night. I guess another side benefit was it was cooler, because when I really got serious about my walking program, it was kind of right on in the beginning of our summer out here in Arizona, and it does get hot during the day. But the main reason I walked at night was I didn't want anybody to see me. The way my neighborhood is laid out, my block, if you walk all the way around my block, it's exactly a half mile. So that was kind of nice that I had that, known, measured course I could walk. I think I would walk just up and down my street, which was maybe, a little less than a quarter mile, and then go back home. And then after a couple weeks, I would, after I got comfortable with that, I would just add to it. I tried to add to the distance every time I went walking, and I usually would go once or twice a day. After that, I added a pedometer to my walking so I could really keep track of my steps. Everybody was into the 10,000 steps program, and it was a good way to kind of keep myself focused and honest with myself about the program. One of the things I was most excited about with the walking was I was trying to build myself up where I go hiking again. I've always loved the outdoors, and that was always one of my short-term goals, was to get out hiking in the desert again. And once I was able to get a mile and a half in, I started walking some of the desert trails around my house. I left the neighborhood and went out into the trails, and then from there I went out into actual the hiking areas. Some of my videos mentioned Honeybee Canyon and Wild Burro Canyon and places like that, and that was really incredible for me to get back out there again. I didn't think I would ever be any condition to be out walking around the desert, and even then I was still gosh, I think 300 pounds probably is the first time I walked Wild Burro Trail, which was a struggle. I can't wait to get out again this fall and see how much easier it's going to be. hiking that trail at under 200 pounds. It's just going to be a night and day difference, I'm sure. After, I kind of exhausted what simple walking and hiking can do, I was still too big to go running. I decided I needed to add some resistance training. So I went on the internet and bought some resistance bands off of Amazon, and did some research online and found some good some good programs to use the resistance bands, and started doing that for a while. I wish I was a little more focused and dedicated on that program. I mean, I'm sure it worked, but there's just so many distractions at home. I don't know, I just didn't feel like I had 100% of my mind on what I was doing. I did feel some benefit, but I knew that was just kind of a stepping stone to doing something else. But I did that. I did that for a while. After that, I added the Wii Fit balance board, which I thought was okay. It did help with some of my balance, but I didn't really feel I broke a sweat or really got any heavy cardio out of it. And just recently, we added in the EA Sports Active, which is incredible. It's definitely not what I would call a beginner's exercise tool, because it is pretty intense. I mean, it really puts you through a workout, but I thought that was a real good way to get active and get some calories burned. Finally back, I believe it was in February, I made a decision to actually join a gym, and I thought that was the greatest thing besides the surgery I could ever do for myself. I just really embraced the whole exercise attitude and the lifestyle. I've committed myself to it. It's just I guess the most important thing with exercise and any physical activity is to find something you enjoy, find something that's pleasurable, because if it's seen as kind of drudgery or something that you dread, you're not going to stick with it. It's got to stay fun. It's got to I guess you just kind of got to kind of evolve into your new body. The more I found that the more I was able to do, the more I wanted to do, and the harder I pushed myself. So I guess I don't know if that answered any of your questions, but I guess what I'm trying to say is, yes, my exercise program has evolved as my new body and my new mindset has. So if that hasn't answered your question or just opened up the door for a whole lot of other questions, please feel free. I'll put John's link off to the side. I'd encourage you to stop by and say hey, maybe subscribe to his videos. And John, I appreciate the question, and I appreciate your support. That's it for now. If you have any other questions, please feel free, and I'll see you guys later on Twitter. Thanks.